Hi, YouTube. This is Thick as Hell Productions. This is your host, Simone Ania. There's something that was like really heavily on my mind, and I just needed to just keep it real, keep it 100, keep it for real with you ladies. Okay, and gentlemen, I'm sorry that I got to hook these ladies up, but it's about that time. Okay, so recently one of my students came to me, and I've actually seen this a million and one times where a woman has dedicated 15, maybe 10 to 15 years with a dude, done had babies with him, has moved in with him, they're living together, acting like they married. They basically, in some states, they're common law marriage. But, and she keeps asking, like, when is he going to marry me? When is he going to marry me? Blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly they break up for whatever reason. And then he turns around, gets in a relationship with somebody else. And with you, he wasn't ready to get married, but all of a sudden he falls in love and he gets this woman. He quickly is proposing to her, and then they get married a year later in a much shorter period of time than with you. And you sitting there wondering, like, damn, I did everything possible to prove to him that I will make a good wife, and he didn't want me. Why did he want her? Okay, well, let me share a secret with you. These are the top reasons why he didn't marry you and what you should avoid so it won't happen to you again. And those women who are thinking about it, please don't do it. So I'm gonna like give you some serious advice. Okay. Number one, do not, I repeat, do not move in with him. What are you getting a place for? You know, if you move in with him, then those expectations of commitment fall out the door. Yeah, you feel like he's committed to you because he's living with you, okay? And you all are together and all this stuff. But just because y'all move in together doesn't mean that he's committed to you, and it doesn't mean that he's faithful to you, okay? That's bottom line. Newsflash, okay? Reason why I say that is because when you are with a man and you are living with him and you are doing all the things that a wife should do and stuff like that, all he's doing is treating you or replacing his mother with you. You become his mother figure and you're doing all the things that his mama probably was doing for him. Okay? You don't want to be in that position because again, he is not going to marry you. You are his live-in maid, you are his live-in cook, you are replacing his mama. Okay, so please don't do that. You know. Number two, another reason why he not marrying you is because you done had a bunch of babies with him. Okay, you done had a bunch of babies. You all are playing mommy and daddy, and of course you're living with him and doing all that stuff. And now you are baby mama status. Okay, you're not gonna have wife status. You baby mama. Okay, and the minute that you get on his nerves, or the minute that you blowing him, and he's not feeling whatever it is you are requesting, he out the door. Okay, and you stuck with all these babies, and you're sitting there crying, wondering why won't he marry me? I got his babies. Blah blah blah. That's stupid as hell. And in this day and age, you do not have to get pregnant, ladies. What the hell are you doing? Number one, AIDS is real. So if you're getting pregnant by people, that means that you having unsafe sex, unprotected sex. Okay. And thank God the only thing you got out of it was a baby. Because you could have got AIDS, you could have got anything. These dudes ain't right. And they ain't loyal, especially when it comes to sex. A lot of them are going in women raw and they don't give a damn. And like I said before, you know, you having a bunch of babies is not going to make him commit to you. Yeah, he'll commit to the baby, maybe, maybe not. There are plenty of deadbeat dads out there. So that's not going to keep him around and be with you just because you have babies by him. Okay. The last thing is, doing all that cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff for a brother. Again, you become his live-in maid. Okay, so now you got three titles. First, you his mama, because you know, doing his laundry and you doing all the picking up after him and all that stuff as his mama. Then you having a bunch of babies with him because you are his baby mama status. And then last but not least, now, you know, you are his living maid and you cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff. You're domesticating yourself. Okay? That's crazy as hell. He's not going to marry you. He's going to thank you and appreciate, I guess, that you are doing all this stuff and taking care of him. But that's not going to make him commit to you any quicker. It's not going to make him marry you any quicker. Okay, so now don't do none of that stuff. Let me tell you what to do though. Okay, because people always want to criticize people and say, well, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, but they don't give you the advice of what should I do instead. Okay, so let's break that down. Okay, as far as the living arrangements go, newsflash, you need to have your place. He needs to have his place. Do not move in with him unless he is putting a ring on it. Okay, unless he is getting down on one knee and y'all engaged and you all are putting together a household together and stuff like that. And he better be talking wedding bells soon. I'm not talking about putting a ring on it just to shut you up. And then y'all been engaged for 10 years. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about he actually puts the ring on there. You all actually are setting a date. And so you all are getting a household together and putting your coins together so you all can prepare for the next level of your relationship, which is actual marriage, living as husband and wife. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. But he needs to put a ring on it and commit to you and be pretty quick about when the wedding is going to be before you commit to putting y'all coins together and trying to move in. Okay? That's number one advice about that. Okay, now the second thing about the procreation thing, you need to strap it up. Do not have a bunch of babies before you marry him. Okay? That can wait. And I don't care if he has growing pains and stuff like that. First of all, men can screw and have babies all the way up until they're 100 years old. They don't never have a problem having a baby with somebody. There are plenty of old men who are 50, 60, 70 years old and they got little babies coming. Okay, so their sperm count ain't going nowhere. So there is no like rush into having babies with him. And if he's pressuring you into having a baby and he's not trying to put a ring on it, he ain't trying to marry you, then that's a red flag, sweetie. Don't have no babies by no dude, especially if he ain't trying to commit. Because if he not committing to you, he ain't finna commit to the baby either. Okay, that's his bottom freaking line. Okay? In other words, don't put the horse before the carriage. Get married. Yeah, I know that sounds old fashioned, and you know this is the 21st century, but damn that. You know, it's about respect of yourself. It's about respecting the institute of marriage and what God intended it to be. Okay, so do not have a bunch of babies first and then get married. That's ridiculous. Okay, do not do that because you will be disappointed. Okay. And then last but not least, as far as the cooking thing goes, okay, I don't have a problem with showing a brother that you can burn, okay, because I've cooked dinner before, okay, and you know there are times when you know y'all don't got money like that for a date, and so therefore you want to cook for a brother. So there's nothing wrong with you know like if you want to do a date thing and you want to cook for him or you know do something romantic to just show him some appreciation or you want to pamper him, treat him like a king, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but you should not be like cooking for him every single night. He coming over eating at your house every night, or you making him, you know, taking food out your kids' mouths so that you can feed him, you know, stuff like that. I've seen many cases where the kids will go hungry, but you feed the man and he don't even stay there, taking your stamps and your link card to feed a brother, and he know that you stupid enough to do that and has no damn respect. If a brother is going to allow you to take food out of your kid's mouth, you need to run to the Himalayas and don't even go there. So I mean, to highlight, there's nothing wrong with treating your man like a king. But there are other ways of doing it. And it doesn't include moving in with him. It doesn't include having a bunch of babies with him. And it doesn't include, feeding him on a daily basis. The things you can do to, prove to him that you are wife material is by being virtuous. How about that? Having respect for yourself. You're not ratchet. You're not out there cussing and fussing and acting a fool. Dress more modestly. You don't, everybody does not have to know that you have titties and a booty. I have much ass and I have much titties, but I keep them covered. I don't have to do all that. Trust and believe, if you're covered, a brother can still see what you got. Okay? And not only that, but the whole street doesn't need to know what you have. That's reserved for your man. So prove to him that you ain't a thought, and that you're a modest person. Also have some spirituality. Show him that you believe in God and that you have some morals and values and a moral value system that you follow. And that there are just certain things that is a deal breaker for you, and that you are not going to tolerate certain things. Now, maybe that will push a guy away. Maybe it'll prevent you from a lot of different guys. But in the end, by you having these morals and values and virtuosity about you, and you're sexy, but you are modest. That is showing him that he needs to get his shit together, step up to the plate if he wants to be in your league. Okay? And if he can't live up to those standards, then he wasn't meant to be with you. Don't lower your property value for nobody. I don't give a damn how fine he is, how big his penis is, and that he can do this and he can do that. If he is not elevating you, then you don't need to be with him. That's point damn blank. Okay? And then last but not least, my thing is, after you've been dating somebody for a year, maybe 2 years, you need to be asking the question, where is this going? Okay? Are we going to just be boyfriend and girlfriend forever? Are we heading in a direction where we are making a commitment to each other and we eventually, be walking down the aisle? Am I wife material at this point? Are you considering possibly marrying me? You need to ask those questions. And if a brother be like, well, I'm not ready yet, and all that, then you need to reconsider or reevaluate what this was. Okay? So communication is the key. You need to be having conversations all the time with him. Now, I'm not saying you need to pressure him every other day. Where my ring at? Where my ring at? Trust and believe his actions will prove to you whether or not you are wife material or not. Okay? If he's coming to your house at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning trying to fuck, then you're not wife material. However, and you've never met his mom or nobody, okay? And he's not trying to put your status up on Facebook at all because he want to keep you a secret, then baby, you not wife material, okay? When a brother is, has no problem with you coming around his family, you meeting his mom, you interacting with his circle, you meet his friends, and everybody knows that you're his woman. See, then that's when you know that you are wife material. If you tucked away in the back and, he ain't trying to take you around nobody during the holidays, he not trying to let you meet nobody, every time y'all in public, he don't even introduce you to who he talking to. If somebody in the street knows him, you're not wife material, baby. Okay, so please, ladies, could we change history? Could we do it now? Change this ratchet shit where, don't nobody give a damn about nobody else. Everybody's just kind of screwing each other. A bunch of babies are being created. Nobody's committed to nothing. Nobody has no morals and values. Don't nobody give a shit about anything. Could we change that, ladies? And let's go back to old school. Get these men to court you, respect you, honor and cherish you. And if he can't do that, then tell him peace and fucking chicken grease. And with that, this